I don't understand why it's so driven by pictures and gifs.
Greetings, fellow foolish mortals. Tiki here.
And Adventure Bluetooth.
And welcome to the official launch podcast of So You Want to Be an Imagineer, Season 13. Get a clue. All right, Adventure Blue Dude, you stoked?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess, just modestly.
What?
Just modestly stoked.
Yeah, I guess.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the video on YouTube, and it started playing
Oh, dear,
over
that's awful.
everything. I haven't done that in years, so...
Okay, so Season 13. It's been a good long while, about 3 years since we've done a season of So You Want to Be an Imagineer. The House Cup is just wrapping up on WDW Magic, and here we go. Without further ado, let's just get into the team. So, what are the three teams, Adventure Blue Dude?
What are the three teams?
What are the three teams? They are Team Hightower.
Yes. Team
Hightower, Team Mystic, and Team Gracie. And also, I did some last-minute adjustments, switched the teams around along you a little, so I am just going to... So just don't go based on what I sent you, okay?
Okay.
Just go on based on... Yeah.
Okay,
I like to be surprised. Okay, fair enough. So let's start with Team Gracie. First off, one of the MVPs of the forum. Let's give it up for Space Mountain. What do you think of Space coming in here?
He's okay.
He's okay? Oh, come on. You got to give me more than that.
No, I mean, I think he'll do very well because he tends to do very well, and he puts a lot into it. Perhaps too much at times. He puts a lot into everything he does. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think with Space, one of the things is maybe the team dynamics of So You Want to Be an Imagineer, and he can be a little overpowering at times when it comes to his brainstorming. But having said that, you can't deny he has a lot of talent. You can't deny his concept art. He's one of the three people in the battle of the concept art that we'll get to. I specifically made sure to play Space, Red, and Basket Buddy on 3 different teams.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Oh yes. So all right, so we will see about Space. I think he kind of speaks for himself.
Yeah.
Next up we have David, 2319. We have a 2319. Thank you. All right, so David, not much to say about him. I think we're gonna have a lot to say, like pretty much at least a fourth of this cast is new people coming in from the House Cup that show a lot of potential, have only, don't really have a lot of posts to their name, but everything that they have posted so far looks very promising. David is no exception. I welcome him into this team with open arms. I can't wait to see what he does. All right, next up, I'm going to do these two as a pair. We have Sandy Claus and I Am an Insomniac. Okay, so you've talked with these guys before. What do you think of them joining the game?
I was surprised that they did, but I am very glad that they did. Yeah, I mean, they're both great people. I think they'll both do very well. It's cool that they came in for this. And yeah.
So for those who don't know, Sandy Claus and Jacob Weil have been, Jacob Weil is I Am an Insomniac, have been joining me on the podcast and been regulars. They've been joining us through Spielberg Month as well as a lot of other podcasts throughout the year. Definitely,
they've been around for a while.
Yeah, they've been around. They've been regular contributors at least since the start of 2016, if not earlier.
Sandy Claus was around for ever.
Sandy Claus has been around. Yeah. And Sandy Claus is definitely, I'd say Sandy is probably a little bit more experienced with this kind of a situation than Jacob is. Then again, I don't really know Jacob that well, so for all I know, Jacob could have a lot more experience with forums than Sandy does. I don't know. I do know that they do bounce off of each other very well. They work together very well. That's why coming into the game, coming in new, not really even having any idea about the Imagineering community as a whole, kind of coming in as outsiders to that as well, joining the forum for the first time, I decided to put them together. I think that'd be the best thing. They'd work well off each other. I think they'd work good as a unit within the team function. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I agree. It'll be cool to like use them in like that. And it's kind of like Stratton and Imagineer 2017, way back when
It
how
does
they were
kind of
kind
remind
of
me of
yeah.
that. Yeah, it
So
actually really reminds me of
it'll be
that.
interesting to watch.
Okay. So we have Angels and Disney's. I think this guy is one of the big standouts of the House Cup.
Mm.
At least from what I've seen. I keep in mind we've been doing the House Cup yearbook. I've gone through year 3 so far. I don't know how much more this guy does, but from what I've seen, I've highlighted a couple of his projects. I really like him.
Yeah, I
Uh,
admittedly haven't seen a ton of him,
okay.
but of course I don't go on as much as I want to. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure it'll
wagging
do fine.
finger of shame.
I'm sorry, I work.
Oh, okay. So I would put Angels in Disney's and David 2319 in the same kind of category as newcomers coming in from the House Cup, have a little bit of experience under their belt. Can't wait to see what they do. Next, we have Disney Lover 1013. I'm gonna file this guy under the kind of the Disney Lover Forever underdog, where it's like I'm worried about him. I don't think he's going to do very well. He doesn't have a lot to his name. It seems like he has very little experience. And I think he might be a classic example of right now, I'm calling it on the podcast, like, see if he can do well. Let's see if he can do well. Let's see what he can do. Because right now, out of everyone on the cast, he's probably the one that I'm most worried about. So, what do you think? Would you agree with that?
Not necessarily. I just don't really know anything about him.
That's the thing. That's the thing is that for all these other people, I can really say something about them. They have credits to their name, and with him, I think he's kind of a blank slate.
I mean, there's
So
always someone like that. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like,
I know, and I'm trying to like historically, it was so known to me in Imagineer. We have people like Costa Freak, people like Disney Love of Forever, uh, dating all the way. We had PL7764, who was an underdog who we knew nothing about, who came in and won the game. So.
yeah,
It could go either way. It could go
yeah,
either way. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm trying to say, out of everyone in the cast, I know the least about them. And I worry about that. I worry that they might get lost in the shuffle. Having said that, I've been proven wrong many times before, so we'll see how they do.
and we will.
Okay, so that is Team Gracie. That is Space Mountain, David 2319. I am an Insomniac, Sandy Claus, Angels and Disney's, and Disney Lover 1013. Now, moving on, we have Team Mystic. I'm sorry, I completely just changed these teams around based on the personalities of the people. But
Okay.
Okay, so Team Mystic, we have Monorail Red, the second in the Battle of the Concept Art. So I'm really excited to have Red on board. I think she's really going to do well. I think her only block could be probably her personal schedule, but I think she's going to go far. I think she's probably going to at least make the merge. She's going to be like, I have her and Space as kind of like anchors of their teams in a way. I think she's going to work really well in a team situation on this game.
I mean, Red's always good in a team situation because of her social butterflyness. So, yeah, no, I can absolutely see her leading. I mean, she's one of the more experienced ones. She's that type of person. So I think she'll do very well. Schedule, like even with her schedule, I think she'll do fine.
Okay. And now we have R. Michael. I think R. Michael is going to be a big contender in this game. I think he doesn't have as big of a schedule commitment as Red does. He's on summer vacation right now. I'm not really sure if he has a job or not, but I mean, let's see what he does, because I think he could come in and really take this game by the horns and just run with it. I'm really R. Michael's definitely on my radar. Spoiler alert, he might be a high pick on my fantasy draft. Just throwing that out there. Oh boy. What do you think of R. Michael?
No, I mean, R. Michael has always done well, and I'm sure he will continue to do well. I mean, he's a great guy. He does really good stuff. So it'll be interesting to see. Definitely.
Okay, I'm going to throw these two out there kind of as a pair, not really necessarily in the Sandy Claus I am an Insomniac sense, just in We're talking about it before. We're talking about it again. House Cup people who are newcomers to the board have a little bit of experience under the belt, and I like what I see from them so far. We have King of Epicosity.
Yes.
Help me with it. I have a hard time with this username. Epicosity.
Epicosity.
What is Epicosity? What is Epicosity?
It's like... It's like I can't quite put it into words, but I know
Does it have something to do with Epcot? Like, is it a thing?
No. I think it's more to do with epic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, it's a better way of saying epicness. I believe. I'm also not entirely sure if epicosity is an actual word.
That's what I'm wondering. That's honestly what I'm wondering.
I can find out.
Well,
who is the other person?
The other person is Poe Dameron, of course, the most handsome rebel in all the galaxy. Oh yeah. So
Update, epicosity is not a word.
Okay, so I really like Poe. I really like Epicosity. I think Epicosity honestly has branched out into the main forum a little more. I think Poe has done really well in the challenges I've seen him in the House Cup. So we'll see. Out of the two, I might give Epicosity a slight edge over Poe, but I think they're both really, really good contenders. I think they'll both do well in the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have I am not a Hufflepuff, but he is a mystic. He is a mystic. We have I am not a Hufflepuff. What do you think of him coming in?
I've worked relatively closely with him during the House Cup. And he's doing incredibly well, and he's one of the more active people on the team. And he's just a great guy, and he does really good stuff, and I think he will continue to do really good stuff. And it'll be cool to see.
Yeah, he was like, he kind of had a little bit of a minor turn as a villain in the Soul Imagineer Season 2 come the merge. So he's got that little interesting bit of character development there, so we'll see how he goes. Let's see. We have Flippin' Flounder to round things off. Flippin' Flounder is, of course, the winner of the Soul Imagineer Season 2. I put him on the team with Red specifically because I think him and Red have a really good working relationship with each other. I think they're going to bounce really well off each other, kind of drive the team in a lot of ways. And I think with Red on the team, I don't know. I just have a feeling that pairing is going to do really well. And I think, like, with this team in particular, I kind of took people that Red herself has told me that she's had fondness for, like Kim Epicosity, Poe Dameron, people that she's seen potential in as the main head mistress of the House Cup. So that's really where I did the team Mystic, is I basically wanted to give the head mistress a class to run. So there you go, Red. There you go. Okay, so finally, let's run by that really quick. We have Team Mystic is Monorail Red, R. Michael, King of Epicosity, I am not a Hufflepuff, Flippin' Flounder, and the most handsome rogue in all the galaxy, Poe Dameron. All right. All right, let's get to Team Hightower. We have Basket Buddy 101. This was a late sign-up, Adventure Blue Dude, and I was so happy when I saw that he came on.
Yeah, no, so was I, because he hadn't been very active during the House Cup since, like, the second year. So he's kind of been in and out. Yeah, so it was cool to see him back.
Obviously, the third person on our Battle of the Concept Art. Red is a mix of, she draws on a computer. Basket Buddy is completely computer rendered. And Space is hand-drawn. So, battle of the three styles of art. I'm really excited about this. To round things off, I think this is going to be a dynamite pairing. These two, Basket Buddy in England, I think they're going to work so well with each other. I'm so excited for this. I think Basket Buddy's concept art mixed with England's tech skills and website skills, we're in for a treat here. I think this team is going to be a powerhouse with this duo. What do you think?
It's really interesting to be very cool, but it all banks on the fact, or rather the notion, of Basket Buddy being totally active.
That's very true. We'll have to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
England, I am really happy that he's back. He seems to have a really good attitude about everything going forward, and I welcome him into the game with open arms.
Yeah.
Definitely hope he does well. I think he's going to contribute a lot to the season.
So do I.
Okay, so then speaking of someone who contributed a lot to a season, we had D Squared, who was basically like the main character of the Soul Imagineer Redemption Island. What do you think? Is D Squared going to lay low? Is he going to just kind of just relax and take it easy? Or do you think he's going to try and take the rules of the game, take the PO MVP, take the whole project leader thing, and just try and run with it? What do you think?
Oh, God, I don't know. It could go in a lot of different directions.
Oh, jeez. Because I want to emphasize, like, this game, we're trying to get back to the creativity. Having said that, it is season 13. There's definitely going to be some twists. And there is going to be some dynamics, and we'll get to that with the Waltz Vault twist, by the way. I think that's going to have a social dynamic right off the bat.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to see if D Square just runs with it, if he lays low, if he maybe like stays quiet until the merge and then kind of comes out as like a, like, oh, now the real D Squared is here. Okay. We'll have to see what happens. All right, we have Man-Eating Wreath. Man-Eating Wreath came in because we had 17 people and I needed an 18th person. He was an alternate, and he is being used as an alternate here to round the cast out to 18 people. He's going to try as hard as he can, but I think this season might see Mew in the biggest underdog position he's ever been in, just because he's got a lot of other... he started his own theater company and everything. He's doing really well for himself. I'm super proud of him. So, but he's got all that. He's going to Disney World over the summer. Unfortunately, right when you and I are going to be at Disneyland. Yeah. Monkey, you've got to spend some quality time with us, though. Anyways.
Goddamn better.
I like the hostility in that. Oh God. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, I think Man-Eating Wreath, it's going to be interesting seeing him in an underdog position when he won season 11. So, and that was after a really killer performance in season 10. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Every time Mew brings his A game, he definitely brings it to the table. The question is if his personal schedule is going to get in the way. All right, so now we have Pigments. That is my favorite username of this whole competition. Pigment. He's a newcomer from the House Cup. I'm excited to see him. It's a she?
I believe so. I could be very wrong, and if I am, I apologize.
Yeah, but they did submit a project for the Waltz Vault Key Challenge that we will get to momentarily. Yes. So, having said that, I think being one of the 3 people and the other 2 people that submitted are like veterans of the forum. We'll get to them in a little while. But having said that, this is like the one newcomer that actually did the Key Challenge. So I think that says good things about her right off the bat.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. So with that in mind, we have one last person. We have Mickey Fan 5534, a classic from So You Want to Be an Imagineer, returning to the game. He's always been an underdog. I have a feeling he might go deep this year. He's been waiting for this for a long time. He transferred over right when we transferred over from WDW Magic. He's been waiting patiently for about 2 years for this to happen. I think he's going to do well. I really think he's going to at least make the merge.
Yeah. I hope so. It's been cool to see him grow throughout the many years. Yeah.
Okay, so let us get to, with that in mind, here is all 3 of the teams. Are you ready? We have Team Gracie is Space Mountain, David 2319, I Am an Insomniac, Sandy Claus, Angels and Disney's, and Disney Lover 123. We have Team Hightower is Basket Buddy, D Squared, England DG, Pigment, Man-Eating Wreath, and Mickey Fan 5534. And finally, we have Team Mystic. We have Monorail Red, R. Michael, King of Epicosity, I am not a Hufflepuff, flippin' flounder, and the charming rogue himself, Poe frickin' Dameron. All right. One last thing to attend to before we get to the fantasy draft. Let's go really quickly through what we thought of everyone's projects.
Yes.
We had 3 submissions. So let's go first through go through Figment Pigment. What did Figment Pigment do?
She introduced a new character whose name escapes me. Do you have it in front of you? I should have written it in my notes.
Catherine Bellows.
Yes. I don't know why I didn't write it. But what she did, sorry, I'm just writing it down, was she added this character to Expedition Everest, where the character is basically a photographer who had her pictures posted all over the walls and the queues, and it was really cool. And what did I write for? I said it was a great story because it was, and I felt as though she could have had a little bit more to do, like the character that is. Like, I like the idea of there being the pictures on the wall, but I feel as though it could have had a little bit more than just pictures on a wall. Because, like, I like the subtlety, but it could have been less subtle, I feel.
Okay, by the way, for those of you who want to get a sneak peek of Project 1's prompt, it's up on the main competition thread right now. Go look at it. Go look at it. It's there, folks. It's there. Craziness. Pandemonium.
Oh, jeez.
I will post the conversations for the brainstorming as soon as we get done, but I just posted the cast list and the prompt on the main So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 13 thread. Go check that out at WDW Magic. Okay, I agree with you. I think that this challenge, I think what she did, I really enjoyed the character. I just think the presentation was a little bare bones. So let's get into our scores. Creativity, what do you have?
Creativity, I gave an 8.5 out of 10.
All right, I'm with you. I gave an 8 out of 10, so we're right there. Realism, what do you do?
Realism, I gave a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right. Honestly, I did a 7 out of 10, and I don't really know why. So, I don't know. You know what? I'll go ahead and raise that to an 8 just because I'm fair. There we go. Because I really don't have anything to complain about with the realism. Here we go. Detail.
Detail, I gave a 7 out of 10. I liked it, but there could have been more.
Right on the same wavelength, my friend. 7 out of 10. And here's where you and I differ. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, presentation, 8 out of 10. For you.
Yes.
And for me, I'm sorry. I feel so bad for this. I genuinely apologize. I am not trying to be mean in any way. For a presentation, I had to give a 2 out of 10 because it's text. It's a block of text that's not formatted. It's not broken up into paragraphs, really. There's no bold heading. There's no nothing. There's no. And this, I just kind of want to use this as an example. I'm kind of glad this happened because we can kind of point to it as an example of my grading scale. It's not Joker's grading scale, but it's definitely my grading scale. Is for me, I need to see, like, if you at least put a little bit of effort into, like bolding something or, having a proper heading, resizing text, stuff like that, I'll give it at the very least a 7 or 8 out of 10. Pictures, concept art, I'll be given 9s and 10s to. Having said that, if you put no effort into the formatting, if it's just text, I can't really give you that much points for presentation, so I had to go a 2 out of 10. I don't mean to be mean. That's just the way I've always scored with this game.
I grade differently.
I know you do.
I'm more into substance over style. Usually I won't.
But for me, I always have it like, we'll go over the grading scale at the very end, but I think all 5 of the things that we genuinely have, I think all 5 of them go into making a good project.
Oh, so. I agree. Like, but yeah, we'll talk about it later.
So
also, before we continue, Space mentioned that we might have missed someone.
Who'd we miss?
Disney DF.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what we'll do then? You know what we'll do? We have a simple solution for that. Since Mandy Reed was an alternate, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to slash out Mandy Reed. I'm going to put Disney DF in his place, all right?
I'm so sorry, Mew. We all love you.
I am sorry, Mew. You have been eliminated from So You Want to Be an Imagineer. I'm sure he doesn't care. And Disney DF, I am so sorry. I combed the thread like 3-4 times trying to make sure I had everyone. My apologies. Completely take the blame for that. What is your score for Figment Pigment?
Oh, total 32.5 out of 40.
32.5. I had a 25 out of 40. And that would make a 57 out of 57.5 out of 80. Okay. Let's move on to Space Mountain, who did Kilimanjaro Safaris, and he did Sir Thaddeus T. Clarke. What was this guy like?
I really liked it. To go over my notes, I said it had a great backstory because it did. It seemed, I kind of liked how it seemed to like turn the ride into, not necessarily like substance-wise, but stylistically, it seemed to turn the ride into like a Jungle Cruise on land, with like the Albert Falls references and like the safari tours as like a company. Speaking of Albert Falls, I really like the tie-in to Albert Falls.
I did too. That was my favorite part of the project.
For sure. It was done really well, really respectably, and like I liked it because it gave a reason to him setting that up. There were nice additions, but at the same time, I felt like there could have been more in terms of the additions that were made.
Yeah, I definitely like that it spiced up Kilimanjaro Safaris. I think that ride it was like a super headliner, like top of the line, one of the biggest Disney tickets ever when it first opened. And it's still really big. Having said that, I feel like it's got a little bit long in the tooth. I feel like it's been generally the same kind of experience since the beginning, and they haven't done a whole lot.
It's been less of an experience since the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. So doing something like this, adding some backstory, definitely gives it life. I think, I don't know, it's going to be interesting when we get to the next submission, because I think they did a lot more in terms of the actual additions. Having said that, I don't necessarily think the additions were that realistic. So let's get into it. Space Mountain, what do you have for creativity?
For creativity, I gave him a 9 out of 10.
All right, I gave him an 8. Realism.
Realism, I gave him a 9 out of 10.
So did I. All right, detail.
Detail, I gave him a 7.5 out of 10, mainly only because I was left wanting more.
I honestly gave him a 9 out of 10 because I thought everything that he had, like, he could have done more, but I think that he explained everything and he laid everything that he had out really well, and he made a really good presentation out of it.
I get that, yeah.
So, okay, and presentation, I gave him an 8 out of 10.
So did I.
Cool. All right, let's talk about England DG. He did Roaring Rapids with Vonnie Oxford. I love that name.
No.
Right, so go ahead.
Yeah, no, I really liked the character of Vonnie Osborne. I also wanted, like, just to go over my notes because I have notes. I thought it was really interesting to mention a sister organization. I know it didn't really like add to anything. It was just more like storytelling, but it was cool and it was interesting because another project, I can't remember if it was Figment or Space. There was another project that also mentioned a sister organization. So I find it interesting that first it was mentioned and second that multiple people mentioned one.
Okay.
I feel as though with the amount that Everest is mentioned, it might have been a better fit there at Expedition Everest, because there, like, in the backstory for this character, there was such a focus on Everest that I feel as though the character might have benefited more there than at Roaring Rapids, because Roaring Rapids is such a new ride. I feel as though Everest might have needed it more, maybe?
Okay, I think that's a good segue. Let's get right into the scores. What do you give him for creativity?
Oh, wait, I had I had a few other things.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, this is the one that I have the most notes for.
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of rushing through this.
No, I totally understand. I really
Yeah.
like the choice of attraction, though. I found it really interesting that you picked an attraction that's like 3 weeks old.
I think that's a really polarizing attraction because the coolest thing about it is a giant AA of a crocodile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I like that because the ride needs it, and it's
Oh
really
no, I agree. The ride definitely needs it, but you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like if you've ever made a really long Roaring Rapids ride in Roller Coaster Tycoon and you have a lot of pretty scenery, but at the end of the day, it's just a 7-minute video of you just floating along pretty scenery.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why it needs it, is because
Right.
it really is the weakest ride of Shanghai.
The weakest e-ticket, I would say.
Yes. No, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a super huge nitpick, but I didn't like the tie-in to Harrison Hightower. It just I understand the necessity of it. I just didn't think it was necessarily necessary. Or rather, there were better characters. I don't know. It's a nitpick. It was just a thing. But yeah, scores now.
Scores. Okay, let's get to okay, let's I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was your creativity?
Creativity 9 out of 10. I really liked how he attempted to infuse story into the weakest, really the objectively weakest attraction.
I agree. I gave him 9 out of 10. I think just the choice in general was a really inspired pick that I wouldn't have guessed. Okay, realism.
Realism 9 out of 10.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
I gave him a 6 out of 10.
Why?
Because the attraction is so new, and I don't necessarily think that they would do it right away because the park itself is so new.
I agree.
And
but if
also,
you're looking at...
out of all the additions that people put in, with Space and Pigment, they basically put in small additions and Easter eggs with one room that was devoted to the character. With England, he essentially changed the entire queue to focus on the character.
Yeah, but the queue is bland enough where you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just with Shanghai going over budget as it is, I'm not necessarily sure they do it right away. That's all I'm saying. I think Shanghai, it's it needs to rest a couple years.
I get that, but just the things they added, I didn't think were terribly intrusive, nor did they really change a whole ton where it wouldn't have been too terribly expensive, which is why I graded it so high.
I'm going to go to a 7 out of 10. How about that?
Damn right you are.
All right, so what
You're
do you
welcome,
give for
England. Detail 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, I gave it 8, right on the money. And finally, presentation.
8.5 mainly because of the art. I really like the art.
Yeah. If you guys want to post the concepts in the main thread, go right ahead. We'd love to see. With the art, yeah, absolutely. He did these letters that they looked photoshopped or illustrated or something like that. Some sort of Adobe software, I would guess. I don't know, but regardless, they looked really good, and they it set an overall vibe where you got a feel for the character, you got a feel for how the character spoke, because it was a letter written directly from the character's point of view. So yeah, presentation 9 out of 10. Let's go over the scores. What did you have for your total?
35 out of 40.
I had 33 out of 40.
Cool.
Okay, so hold on. 35, 33. Basic math, folks. Basic math. Okay. For England, it's a 68 out of 80. Now, we forgot to go over space, so let's save him for last. What do you have for space?
Total for space?
Yes.
33.5.
This is going to be really close. This is going to be super close. Did England have a 0.5 as well in yours?
Yeah, he was just 35 even.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
33.5. And I had a 34. Holy crap. England wins by half a point. He wins by half a point. It was England got 68. England got 68 out of 80. Space got 67.5 out of 80. How do you like that? I think that's a very appropriate way to start off. Okay, it seems like he's so England. So I'm going to assume that England's going to open Walt's vault because there's something good inside and he worked very hard for it. So here is what's inside Walt's vault. No? Well then no, I'm gonna reveal it on air. No, I'm gonna reveal it on air. If he asked for it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, this is great. This is great. We have 5 people watching this right now. England, if you're watching this, do you want to open Walt's vault? Maybe we can get him to confirm in the comments. In the meantime, do you want to go over the next project? Let's go over the Project 1 prompt that I just posted on the thread. Project 1 is called Dark Clouds, Blue Skies. The goal of this project is to design an e-ticket attraction that is not a walkthrough Halloween horror nights type maze. Are you there?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. That was just just keep an eye on England if he's watching, if he decides to open it.
He does want to open it.
He does want to open it?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So really, England, really quickly, we're going to go through Project 1, and then we will get to Walt's Vault. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that, just to make it official. Okay. So Project 1, Dark Clouds, Blue Skies. The goal of this project is to create an e-ticket for Universal Studios based off of the success of Halloween Horror Nights, but not mimicking the maze formula. I want a full-blown e-ticket attraction. I would honestly, like, if you want to do screens and keep it, I guess, but I would honestly like to see some animatronics in there if you can. Make it a mix of screens and animatronics. You can do whatever you want, just saying. At any rate, it has to be an e-ticket caliber attraction. It cannot be it just cannot be a walkthrough. And you also cannot use the iconic 1930, the black and white Universal Monster lineup. It has to be a modern horror franchise. I have a whole list of franchises you can use that I pulled off of Wikipedia. That's in the main thread. And I will start those conversations literally right now. Walt's Vault. So, Adventure Blue Dude, do you know what the diamond power of MVP is?
I do, but I need a refresher.
You need a refresher. Okay, so can you tell them what the regular power of MVP is?
Yeah, basically what it is you get it and you cannot be voted off for the next project.
And that is the team leader of each project assigns it to the person that he thought added to the project the most.
Yes.
With the diamond power of MVP, you hold a little bit more power. With this, you have the power to replace one or both of the team leader's nominations with nominations of your own choice. This can be used from now until the round before the semifinals. Yep. Adventure Blue Dude, I'm going to hit you with something that I came up with that you don't even know about, all right?
Oh, Christ, okay.
So there's 3 diamond power of MVPs that got unleashed into the game. 1 for each team. England's task is to decide which person from each team gets a diamond power of MVP. England can choose himself to get the diamond power of MVP for his team if he wants to, but he can also give it to someone else if he chooses to. So, England, I need your choice for 3 people. 1 from Team Hightower, 1 from Team Gracie, 1 from Team Mystic to receive the diamond power of MVP. It's not going to be a secret. I want it to be on the main thread. Please post it. That would be great. All right, Adventure Blue Dude. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah. I believe
Anything to add?
No. Good luck.
Okay, folks. before we go off air, I just want to point out kind of like the efficiency that we strive to aim for here at So You Want to Be an Imagineer. I really want to get these projects up as soon as possible. I really want to, I really strive to like have as little turnaround between when the projects are posted and then when we judge and post the next project. That's a rate of professionalism. It's So You Want to Be an Imagineer that I really strive to go for. With that being said, all 3 brainstorming conversations are on the main board, are on the conversation, are in your inbox. Go look for them if you're on the team. Go brainstorm your heart out. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. And also, I want to add that we're going to have 2 co-judges for the season. Adventure Blue Dude and I are going to be the main judges. JokersWild. I might as well start calling you Jokers on these podcasts. I really should. I
prefer the confusion of just like switching.
Fun. Okay, but we're going to be the main judges. But joining us as co-judges this season are going to be ID Institute and Snoopy. Snoopy, I'm not entirely sure how regular he's going to be. IDI is going to try and judge every project. Regardless, you can definitely count on Adventure Blue Dude and I judging each and every project. And then those 2 are going to come in as often as they can, hopefully for as many projects as they can. So with that in mind, guys, I can't wait to start. I'm literally shaking with excitement. I promise you, this is going to be a great summer. This is going to be an awesome game. And thank you all for signing up.
Wait, you're forgetting something.
I am forgetting something. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Fantasy draft. Wow. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay. Let's do this. Oh dear. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip a coin, all right? Call it.
Heads. You
got it. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a Word document. Go ahead.
Let's do England.
Okay. I'm going to pick space.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just crossing off names. I'm going to pick RM.
RM, okay. Good choice. Ooh, let's see. I think I'm going to go with King of Epicosity.
Okay. Who do I want now? Let's pick I Am Not a Hufflepuff.
Okay. I'm going to go with red.
Okay. Sorry, still crossing off names.
Not a problem.
Let's go with Figment's Pigments.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to have to cross out some names as well. So, yeah, hold on one sec.
Take your time. This is what happens. We haven't gone digital yet.
No, we haven't.
I have 3 pages of notes for this show specifically.
Okay.
I can pick another one while we wait.
No, you can't. You know what? I'm going to throw out a wild card here. You said Figment. I'm going to go D squared.
Okay. Cool. I will pick Poe Dameron.
Oh, the handsomest rogue in the galaxy. All right. I'm gonna actually go with Basket Buddy here.
Cool. Let's go with Sandy Claus.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to pick a 6th. Okay, I'm sorry. If you pick Sandy Claus, I'll go ahead and pick I Am an Insomniac.
Okay. Do
you want me to tell you who's left?
No, I have the list in front of me.
Okay.
I will pick Flippin'.
Flippin'. Good choice. Good choice. Okay, and with that, all of Team Mystic is gone. Who is left is Disney DF, Mickey Fan 5534, David 2319, Angels and Disney's, and Disney Lover 123. I'm gonna pick Angels and Disney's.
Cool. Let's pick Disney DF.
Disney DF, okay. Oh, let's see. We have Mickey Fan, we have David, we have Disney Lover. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it 2319. 2319.
And I'm going to pick Mickey Fan.
Which leaves me with Disney 123.
Yes.
Okay. Disney Fan 123.
And that's it.
All right. Do you have a name for your team?
Yes.
Good. What is it?
Steve.
Oh God. Okay, I like it. I like it. I am going to go a more traditional route and go with Tiki's Timekeepers.
Okay.
And on that note, let's transition. What is the general concept of the story, kind of just to round things out?
So
basically, the mood. Set the mood.
So there's going to be actual posts on this tomorrow. But basically, this is taking place in 1900? So basically, like, story-wise, canonically, the Timekeeper is taking all of you back to Mystic Manor.
Oh, yeah.
To attend C's annual, like, summit at Mystic Manor. So basically, during this first project, it'll be explained in more detail later. You're basically just being introduced to the characters, like the members of C, who are having a discussion about various supernatural beings and entities leading into the first project.
And murder is going to strike, folks.
But that, we don't know that. That's a spoiler.
Well, it is a murder mystery season.
Someone's gonna die.
Someone's gonna die. It's gonna be Albert the monkey. Right, and on that note, folks, thank God Joker stopped me to do the fantasy draft.
Yes.
But I'm super excited. This is, like, honestly a high point for me on WGW Magic. I can't wait to see what you all do. I can't wait to see how the project turns out. Go to the main board. You should have a conversation for brainstorming for your team in your inbox right now. Go to the main competition thread if you want a rundown of the Project 1 and a list of franchises you can use. I want to stress that the franchises you can use isn't limited to what I have on the forum, but if you want to use another one, go ahead and run it by me. It just can't be the classic Universal monsters. And have a good day, everyone.
Goodbye.